needs.
Speech.
Right Honorable Prime Minister of Nepal, Mr. Pushpa Kamal Dahal, Honorable Chairperson of the National Human Rights Commission, Mr. Tapa Bahadur Magar, Honorable Commissioner of the National Human Rights Commission, Chairperson of the NGO Federation of Nepal, Mr. Ram Prasad Subedi, friends in civil society, the media, the international community, distinguished guests, namaste. And I'll try to improve my Nepali pronunciation next time. First of all, on behalf of the United Nations in Nepal, I would like to offer sincere badai to the National Human Rights Commission for its 23rd year of establishment. It is my honor and privilege to be here today to celebrate the 23rd anniversary of the Commission. Mr. Chairperson, I had very fond memories of working with this community when I served as head of UNICEF 10 years ago. What extraordinary changes you have all led since then. The Commission was born in 2000 amidst the armed conflict in Nepal. I laud your efforts and that of all who contributed to establishing the Commission and supporting it over 2 decades. The government, the civil society, the human rights defenders, as well as the international community. The Commission has investigated complaints and made recommendations on human rights issues, including related violations. The Commission has been at the forefront of advocating for the rights of Dalits, marginalized, and all of the vulnerable groups. The efforts of the Commission to protect migrant workers' rights is also hugely commendable. Dear friends, protection, promotion, and advancement of human rights are not static, but rather evolving. It requires continuous vigilance, adaptability, and dedication. Sinti Nakam, the yearly festival of cleaning out our water resources and welcoming the monsoon, was celebrated only yesterday. So it is also important, likewise, to periodically spruce up the human rights challenges. And let me share just some examples. What do I mean by that? For example, social media can be a positive tool, but can also massively escalate hatred, misinformation, and disinformation. As 71% of the total population access digital media in Nepal, we need legal, technical, and advocacy capacities to counter the lies, to counter the misinformation and the hatred floating online. My second example is on climate crisis. Over 80% of Nepalis, more so the marginalized population, face regular and ever-increasing risk of natural disasters. We must meet climate crisis head-on. We need to understand and to be prepared for its impact, especially on the most vulnerable. My third point is currently 60 out of 100 workers are in the informal sector. They can be hired and fired at will and have minimal rights to social protection and social security. We must establish systems that can protect them. My fourth subtitle is on gender equality. Nepal can gain so much by allowing half of its population to achieve its full potential. Caste-based discrimination remains another deeply rooted structural issue despite being outlawed. Victims and survivors of these abuses have the large cohort of Nepal youth need to be confident that their rights are being protected as the institutions mandated to protect them. The success of the Commission relies on the cooperation of the state, on the effective coordination between and among the thematic commission. Nepal diversity is its beauty as well as its challenge. That is why we need to constantly nurture social cohesion, taking towards the spirit of leaving no one behind can further empower groups such as the Dalits, such as the Badesis, the Taros, the indigenous people, the Muslims, women and girls, sexual and gender minorities, as well as persons with disabilities. The United Nations system is here to support you realize the plans of action to implement the recommendations of the UN human rights mechanisms such as the Universal Periodic Review, the second National Action Plan on the implementation of the UN resolutions 1325, 1820, and the subsequent resolution and other laws and policies. Distinguished guests, it has been 17 years since the end of the armed conflict in Nepal, but tears of the victims waiting for justice hasn't dried up. And I so much welcome the reiterated commitment of the government to conclude this process in Nepal, but ensuring that victims' rights are at the center of the bill. We must ensure that this is comprehensive, holistic transitional justice that encompasses truth, justice, reparations, and the guarantees of non-recurrence. We are celebrating the establishment of the independent and impartial commission in Nepal, backed by a strong constitutional mandate. But we must know that only 14% of the NHRC recommendations has been fully implemented. However, I am so encouraged to know that the government has prioritized the implementation of all the Commission's decisions and recommendations. On a worrying note, of course, the October 2022 recommendations to downgrade the Commission accreditation from A to B was a blow to all of us. So the UN encourages the government to take the necessary steps to maintain its A status to comply with the Paris Principle, including guaranteeing their functional and financial autonomy. Human rights movement in Nepal has come a long way, and I am a witness to that, having been here 10 years ago, in the last 23 years. And much is due to the leadership and advocacy of the commissioners and the staff of the commission. And of course, the commitment of the government now to take this forward. I salute all of you. I salute all your tireless effort and work to support those less fortunate, to address impunity, and to make Nepal, our beloved Nepal, a fairer and safer place for all its citizens. Very, very धन्यवाद. Thank you.
Thank you so much. इसै गरी अब मन पर्दै राखिदिनका लागि आज यस कार्यक्रमका अध्यक्ष राष्ट्रिय मानव अधिकार आयोगका माननीय